Hello, party people. Happy Friday. We're going to get all kinds of woohoo tonight. I'm going to be doing some painting. But first, I'd like to share with you guys something I just got in the mail. I've been actually trying to get my hands on these for a little bit. Oh, from the Abyss. We have some Borne paints. You'll have to forgive me if my avatar looks a little weird. I have a big bar for my camera, so I can get it closer to the spray booth when it's time to spray, which won't be long. Won't be long at all, mind you. Anyhow, kind of excited about these things. Let me show you a little bit about them. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Well, first of all, let's find some of this stuff. There we go. This is what I'm looking for. Yes. So, anyhow, oh, that's in front of me. Yeah, I guess it just is what it is. But, so, this stuff, it's kind of hard to come by. The bottles are kind of cute. I don't know if I can focus on that. Let's try it. The bottles are absolutely adorable. This is the Neo Silver. Like, it's got a nice reflective coating. But, anyway, as I was saying, it's not so much a paint as it is a paint system. And I'm really kind of excited about it. I truly am. I need to pick up a few more of them because I don't think I have all the necessary components. But they were super cheap. And I plan on getting some more. So, anyway, that's coming up. So this is the clear, and then they call this finish color, but let me hide this. Look at this stuff. It's it's white. I like the way okay, so they come in glass bottles, and I really really like that. But this is the clear coat. So like it'll put down a nice matte finish. I need to do a little research about how it actually works though. But yeah. I got the glossy clear, the matte clear. I wanted to get a lot of the metal colors. I hear the metals on this. So here's the funny one. This is what they call shadow primer. And apparently, from what I gather, this is kind of like Splash's 2K black, but I don't actually have to mix the 2K colors. And I think that's how this works, is you do your surfacer and then you spray this as a base, you let it dry, then the metal color. I got silver and gold. I got to find the chrome. I'm going to have to look for the chrome, and I'd like to pick up more of the shadow primer. And then I'm not sure. So I got a yellow, black, and a red. This was basically all they had left in stock. But I'm not sure if these are clears or not. I don't know if these are base color coats or if these are a clear paint. They might be a clear color. But I did the red, the blue, and then the mica. And from what I understand, I don't know if I spray this over a base or over a color coat or under it and spray it with the clear coat. Again, that's where I'm going to have to go down the rabbit hole. There's two different sets of these instructions. These here. So, you know, high gloss or a white, and then a chrome, and then the ultra low erosion finish, which I don't think I have. That might be this one. And then anyway, there's a thinner I need to get. This, I don't think this is the thinner. I'm pretty sure this is a clear coat. Pretty sure this is a clear coat. I don't think this is thinner. I guess there's one way to find out. But I'm not going to do much painting with these tonight. Oh, well, hello, Pinner. How are you? Pinner gives his quintessential wave. Hope you're doing well on this fine Friday night. Probably playing some video games if I didn't know you better. You might be making some eats. Anyhow, I'm super excited I finally got my hands on these, and I'd like to find some more. They're really hard to come by in the US. I guess I could tell you where I got these, but they're still on sale, so I don't know if I want to do that. We'll see. Maybe at the end of the stream if you guys ask nicely. But yeah, I'm really excited to paint some spoons with these here in the near future. If these work like I think they do, and I'm understanding it correctly, I'm going to pick up some other ones, and I very much might try to spray the Moderoid Voltron with them, and actually make it look like kind of like the OG Voltron. I mean, it's scale-wise, it's pretty on point with that. I think it's got a little extra movement in it and a few more details, but my Voltron may end up getting a metallic coating. We'll see. But yeah, so I got the camera at a little bit of a weird angle because I'm about to get into some painting. Quick experiment. I'm going to turn the spray booth on. It might get a little noisy. Pinner, if you're here, let me know if you can hear it. And I guess we'll go ahead and we'll adjust the camera to the spray booth at this stage. This whole process may be a little bit of calamity, but we're going to try it. Ready? Here. In fact, you know what? I'm going to hide the camera while I do this so as not to make you guys sick. Well, that's good. I'm glad I hid the camera because I just popped the battery out. It's not what I want. It's being a pain in my ass. I didn't realize that I had the cord wrapped around the thing. All right, that's pretty good. I think that's a decent angle. I hope you guys like this. This might work. Getting there. I'm getting there. Hold on. Bear with me. Ah. There we go. How's that? Give it a little zoom. I think that might work. I think that might work just right. How's that, Pinner? Good angle for spraying? Get the mask out of the way. I do got to give this a quick wipe down. I got dust from the last session all over it that I haven't cleaned off. And why I don't have the filters in a plastic bag, I don't think I have 2 more new ones. I think we're going to skip that. I'll use these for one more session. My booth works pretty good anyway. When I do start spraying, I'll probably lose the avatar for that bit. And you guys let me know what you want to see as far as zooming in and zooming out. I'm not going to be able to check chat a lot, but when I do, and you probably won't hear much from me because I'm going to have a mask on and I'll sound like Bane from Batman. But when I do start to spraying, that's a good angle. Yeah, I like that. You guys feel free to chat amongst yourself. I will look back at things, and this is actually, I'll probably be reviewing this later. In the meantime, we're gonna get this out of the way. We're not gonna start with the big parts tonight. I'm gonna spray a couple small parts, and then I'll move over to the big parts. But I'm hoping to get the airbrush kind of dialed in a little better before I get to that. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go grab a couple paper towels. Sweet paints. Well, thank you, Pinter. I appreciate that. I really am excited about using these. I'd like to get a lot more of them, but I mean, they really are. They're expensive. I got a smoking deal on these. Okay, I'll confess. I got them at Galactic Toys. I think they were carrying them and decided to discontinue them, and they're selling them dirt cheap. I shouldn't have told you guys that. I wanted to get more clear coat. Anyhow, they're on sale. I'm just saying. But yeah, it'll be pretty fun. We'll see how this goes with the whole spraying thing. Pinner, since you like to hang out a lot of times, if I get any traffic, let them know what I'm doing. I don't mind. You can tell them all to behave themselves while they hang out and watch me paint. If anybody watches me paint, I hope somebody does. Oh, this helmet. My mask is dirty as crap. The visor on it, all kinds of crap in here. I'm gonna have to take this thing apart this weekend at some point and clean it and put it back together. I mean, I can give it a kind of clean, but it's really works a lot better when I just take it completely apart. I already messed up the mouthpiece. Damn it. Okay. I think we're almost ready. First thing I'm gonna do is hey, is the spray booth real loud, Pinner? Inquiring minds want to know. Let's get some gloves on. And I might as well turn on the airbrush. Airbrush is already on, so that's good. Now, I'll give you guys a quick look at this. Let me zoom in. We'll focus. I don't know, maybe I'll leave the avatar on the screen. Focus. Better focused. So, this is all the black surfacer I have. And I'm really, really, really hoping it's going to be enough. This is, we're focusing on the booth camera. This is Mr. Surfacer 1500. And I got about a half a bottle here. I want to spray this really thin. So the first thing I'm going to actually do, let me get this crap out of here. Oh, I got overspray on all my color samples. Imagine that. This is why we can't have nice things. My beautiful spoon. Look what I've done to them. There is now primer all over them. They really shouldn't even be in the booth. I don't know why I didn't take them out to begin with. This is from my last session. When I did the gray, I was tired. You hear the booth. So, is it pretty obnoxious? Inquiring minds want to know that. Gonna have to get some more pippets out. Alright, so I'm not as prepared for this as I thought. Okay, moving on. More pippets. And we'll get a cup out for some cleaning thinner. Fresh pippets that don't have primer on them. I'll zoom back out. So this is my very first new type sticker. So I talked to my neighbor, and I think they're going to give me they're going to make me a shirt with the donut sticker. Super excited about that. Yeah, booth looks good. Well, thank you, Peter. I try to keep a ship, but yeah, organization is not my strong point. Anyhow, we're gonna keep the paint under the booth. So when I built this booth, I built it out of a truck toolbox, and I kind of built it backwards. I should have like a bigger shelf up here to capture more of the fume, hold them in, instead of the big shelf on the bottom. Well, really, I should have both. And I don't know why I did it this way, but I did. But so that's about all the black surfacer I have. But this hasn't been thinned yet, so I'm almost going to thin it 1-to-1 with some leveling thinner, and hopefully, you know what? We're just going to pour. We'll go a little bit at a time. There's not much leveling thinner in this bottle. I need to re-up it. That might give us just enough. Now that's leveling thinner. That actually keeps it from drying quite so fast, not to be mistaken with the thinner. If I added just regular thinner to it, it would thin it out, but it would also make it to where it kind of starts to dry as it atomizes. We don't want to do that. Hello, Wolfpack. Yes, it is another Gundam stream. Actually, I am doing some painting tonight, though. Like, legit, gonna do some painting. I'm kind of getting the surfacer ready right now. Let's see how this flows. You know, I think that's pretty decent. I don't know if you guys can see that. Eventually, Wolfpack, once I get this bear done, I will be moving to a Voltron build. I'm super excited about it. I don't know if you caught the beginning of the stream, but I'm slowly collecting some Borne paints in anticipation of painting Voltron. Thanks for the like and comments, bro. I could use all I can on YouTube. Well, can't we all? And I try to support, man. That's why I'm doing this. I really love the community and the camaraderie of it. Truly. And it was a great video, dude. You know, hold on. Give me 1 second, Wolfpack. I have to just look at something real quick. Bear with me. I'm slow. I'm actually looking for your video in my history right now, so I can give it a shout out. Because it was a great video. But I'd like to give it a proper shout out with its actual title, so people can look it up and maybe check it out. Oh, it's here. Any glow-in-the-dark paint? Pinner asks. Not in the Borns. I don't think they have any. It's hard making content. Keep going always. Well, and I'm with you, Wolfpack. It's a lot more time consuming than what the average. I guess I put the cap on the paint, huh? It's a lot more time consuming than what you might think. Just a little background stuff. And same to you, man. Don't give up. It's we'll get there. I truthfully, you know, I think the whole Plamo and Gunpla community is growing. It's strange. There's a lot of people that have, maybe it's just in my feed and I didn't know all these others existed, but it seems like there's a lot of people, a lot more people doing it. I think Gunpla is getting a lot more popular in the US. And with that, you know, Plamo obviously, and things like that. Man, I wish I could remember what day I watched that video on. I'm trying to find it. So as I could give it a proper shout out. I know it's in here. Oh, I think pizza has arrived. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm not... Oh, hold on. This might allow me to find it faster. Damn it. I don't know why I'm not finding it. I just ordered a little mic set. I will try to interview Gundam fans and builders maybe. So, honestly, Wolfpack, one of the things I would like to do... Oh, I don't want to say this because somebody's going to steal my idea. But maybe that's how we make it happen. Is maybe we all need to collab on this. But I kind of want to like go around the world and interview Gunpla builders. You know, especially the really big, well-known ones. I don't know if you've ever checked out Aero Model Build, for example. His builds, I don't know who they are, if they're a studio or just one guy. I've never seen any videos by him. But when I look for like built kits, this is someone who pops up, and I mean, they're expensive. I understand why they're expensive, because after doing the little bit that I've done, it's like it is super, super time consuming, and it's not a cheap hobby. But I really want to make like a whole series of basically exploring the Gunpla community, the Plamo community, how it started, its origins, who's who in the business. You know, like a full-blown documentary on Gunpla. That's something I aspire to do in the near future as I grow with this whole content making thing. It's way down the line. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I think I need a lot more clout before I can get my foot in the door of some of the places I'd like to get into. Like, for example, I don't know that Bandai's executives would even talk to me right now. But I'd like to interview them and find out where they're going with things, and you know, just talk to the like. Wouldn't it be a dream to interview Yoshiyuki Tomino? I mean, tell me that wouldn't be cool. I have not seen Serena on for a long time and other builders, so trying to keep this going. Well, I think we all get busy. It's funny, around the holidays there, everybody was on like all day, every day for a second. And then I think, you know, school started, work started, all those things start up, even for me. Like, I really, really want to at least stream, you know, getting my GBO2 dailies, for example, at least a couple days a week. But it just gets, I'd start to run out of time every day. And I think we all end up doing that. And then there's a point where, you know, forcing yourself to do it, you're likely going to burn out. So you only want to do so much as once. But, yeah, there's a live action movie coming out, and I don't want to just destroy that before it happens. I'm trying to keep an open mind about that. We all know how anime translates to live action. It's either a work of art or it's like, oh, why'd you do this? I like to think that it's in good hands. I think that'll bring a lot more popularity to all of this if it does go well, and I'm really excited to see that. You know? But I do love the community, man. I really do. On that note, give me one quick second. I'm gonna get a quick drink real quick before I put this mask on and fill this airbrush up and get to painting. Now, when I do, I gotta confess, I don't know, because I just probably won't have my headphones on, so I'm probably not going to be listening to the YouTube jams. I'll leave those on for you guys, and I hope you guys chat a lot. I'm excited to see, like, Because this is going to take me a while. This could be a 3-hour stream. Like once I start this process, I'm kind of just stuck with it. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to be like I said in the description at times, it's going to be a lot like watching a goldfish in a bowl. Basically, call it a high-end screensaver. But while I'm painting, I think I'm actually going to listen to some OK Computer. I don't know why. I've had that album, a few songs off of it floating around in my head. Maybe it was because I watched Serena's, I think it was, she did a cover of No Surprises, I think, if I remember right. Well, it might be 3 hours. I don't know. There are a lot of parts. It took me a while to do the gray, but I got it. Hadn't painted in a while, so there was some calamity involved there. I got it dialed in a little bit better this time. I might be able to do it in an hour and a half. I'll be on standby cleaning my room. Well, I hope you put it on the background and at least hang out. For that matter, I mean, I'll say this right now as I get into this. Anybody that's got any pointers, tips, and tricks, for example, I don't even know if I really need to be, you know, I've got gray surfacer on here already. I might be able to just go to the black clear coat. But I'm going for smooth because it's a candy paint job. So, oh, got my elbow on the screen. Sorry. We'll see how it goes. But once I do start doing it, I probably won't get to respond to chat a lot. Maybe some typing. Well, I hope you guys do discuss topics. Oh, absolutely different series. I've been watching F91. I'm about 3/4 of the way through it. I'm kind of digging it. I really am. All right, let me go grab a quick soda, and I will be right back. All right, I'm back. What's the next build? Wolfpack wants to know. I honestly think I'm going to start building the Voltron Lions. I'll probably paint the Kasai in the background once I get the bear done. I was going to try to do them both at the same time, but that's a little ambitious. I realized I simply don't have enough. I don't have enough sticks to do that many parts. I still have the Dominator to paint, and then I'll finish snap building it. But I'll probably paint the armor again in the background. But next build is probably going to be the Voltron. I'm super excited. I'll probably start with just the Black Lion and go from there. And those I may build a lion and then paint a lion and then build a lion and then paint a lion and build a lion and paint a lion, just in the effort of making it go a little quicker. And I might even throw a coat of paint on them before I even start building. I thought about doing that too. I'm curious to see how these Moderoid kits are. I don't know if I've shown that one to you guys. I feel like I have, and at the risk of creating a whole cascade of things falling, yeah, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I was gonna try to show it to you guys again, but I have too many boxes. Way too many boxes. So anyhow, without further ado, we're gonna lay down some black. The first thing I'm gonna do, get the mask out of the way. I'll keep talking as long as I can until I put on the mask. And again, I hope the spray booth isn't terribly obnoxious. The compressor is probably going to kick on. When I actually really get into it, I'll probably just mute the mic. Sweet Gundam tracks. You know, there is a part of me that really wishes I could put on like some, maybe the soundtrack to Char's Counterattack while I do this. Hathaway. I don't know if anybody's ever listened to the Hathaway soundtrack in its entirety, but it's a great soundtrack. I love it. It is awesome. Put it on in the background and get shit done music. Really is. Hiroyoko Sawano does the majority of it, and then there's a track from Alexandros, and can't think of who does the other track on it, but it's great. It really is. The first Hathaway soundtrack is awesome. I've listened to a little bit of the second one, and it's kind of like a remix of the first one, but plus it has the one song from, oh, what's her name? Saw, I think. Anyhow, let's put some paint in this cup. Oh, first, let's make sure we're clean. Little airbrush cleaner. And this is something I'm just gonna kind of. This thing spits out so much paint. I probably have the pressure super high right now too. But that's good because we wanna get everything out of here. Make sure there's nothing. So that was my spray through, and then I'm gonna do a quick, easiest way to clean the airbrush on the fly. So my micro airbrush, I actually take it apart if I spray any primer or clear coat, but this one I don't have to as much, but I do back wash it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but basically any little particles come out that way, and then I just dump them out, and I grab one of my little towels and I wipe the rest. And it works good because it gets a little cleaner around the outside of the airbrush and kind of helps me keep all that good. I think I just had a pizza. I'm not 100%. I think that's what just happened. But yeah, that should be pretty clean. And then just because I am using Mr. Color paint in this, before I stick, so that paint doesn't mix well with the airbrush cleaner. So now I'm going to run a little bit of thinner through it. I'm just going to put that right there. And I actually need to get out a little cup or some thinner so we can keep it clean. I'm hoping to not have to clean this thing until the very end. We'll see how it goes. There we go. That should be more than plenty for now. And let's put it way over here. Oh, we've got a bear head sitting down there. Hold on. I want to get thinner on that. So I'm going to spray this rack first. And I have a bunch of parts that need to be sprayed. I don't want to actually touch this right now with this glove, so we're not going to. Give this a shake. Now, I hope I didn't thin this out too much. I might have. I'm not going to do that. I'll likely spill it all over the place. This will tell me if I have enough to do this. So, I am going to kind of do this strategically. I'm actually going to start with a lot of the outer parts, because if the inner parts don't pick up the metal coat as well, basically I want this. I want the outside of it super smooth. So I'm probably going to start with the outer parts first. I'm gonna get it dialed in on a couple of these frame parts that are like medium sized. Make sure that the brush is working good. So this one's a little like This brush is so a little bit goes a long way type of a hairbrush. It's funny how different it sprays from my micro hairbrush. But we'll get better at it as we go. Okay, one more thing I gotta check on. And I guess we're gonna get into it. Let me throw the mask on, because this stuff is toxic. That's one thing I will say before I actually even start this. All of these paints, solvents, resin parts, even the plow, none of it is good for your kids. When you're sanding, if you're doing a lot of it, wear a mask, wear gloves. When you're painting, definitely wear a respirator. Even with the non-toxic paints, you know, your enamels and things like that, they're still throwing particulates into the air. You can still get that stuff in your lungs. Thinners aren't good for you. So just, you know, wear the proper stuff. It's not worth your health. And I'll leave it my public service announcement at that. Now, on with the mask. All right, so I guess you guys can kind of hear me. So maybe I'll just let it ride. We might just do it exactly how we're doing it right now. I kind of think the avatar is just going to be a spaz. We'll see. I don't know why I have so many parts that have fallen off the sticks. Alright, I'm going to hide the avatar. That way you guys get the full experience. Get a test spoon. Much air. Not bad.
It just won't do it. There we go. It's already drying. Spray away! Spray away! Thank you, Terry. That's what we're doing. Focus on the back of the booth. There we go. Back, how's it going? I grabbed a Mike's Hard Lemonade. Rock on, Wolfpack! Cheers, new tots! And cheers to you! I got a shouts to Cherry Cola, but hey. I can't actually drink it though, I got a mask on. I'll get back to that though. I got a few parts that I didn't get any spray on whatsoever when I did the gray. I ran out. So I'm going to do these up real quick. Just get them with something on them.
Pizza's here.
Put there. We gotta have a day where we drink, chill, and talk about kids, bros. I totally agree, Wolfpack. Completely agree. I've actually been setting up stuff to where I can pull up that kind of thing and discuss. Penner, I think you should pull out your 08 mobile suit. That's what I'm after. Now she's dialed in. Takes a second. This thing is, like I said, it's finicky. I'm really picking on how much air you use. No. Don't like this. Okay. Freaking love this airbrush. I can't wait to actually do another clear coat with it. Now that I've kind of figured out how to actually use it. No, it's the same way. This should be the other way around. Like that. Fluffy Gundam clouds. Yeah, they are, it's not spit off in a cloud. Yeah, seriously, Penner, this airbrush really does just spit paint. It is a beast. I probably should have sanded that ceiling there. That's okay. You don't really see it. I hope that compressor isn't too loud for you guys. If it is, I'll mute the mic while I do this. Let me know. probably didn't need to spray it up off of that, but I did.
Bear with me one quick second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I had to address something. Food in my belly. And now I will commence to painting again. Because I know that's what you guys came to see. And so far it's going pretty good. I'm kind of curious as to how much paint I just used. I got about half of that rack done. And we're not in bad shape. I used less paint than I thought. So that's good. I guess I should have glove on. Getting it all fingers. Anyhow. Without further ado, I apologize for my little pizza break. Guys gotta eat though. Get this back on. Oh. Fortunately, that landed on my cord. Never touched the ground.
I'm still gonna use it. Alright. So I'm gonna move this mic and just get in the zone here. Alright, so I'm gonna get to painting now.
Oh, excuse me. Well, it's going well. Look at that. We have achieved parts. I'd like to zoom in on this. Hope you guys are okay. Hope that wasn't too terrible. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I never actually went anywhere. I just put a mask on. That's all. But yeah, those didn't turn out too shabby. Not bad at all. A little grainy with the camera. Let's look at that. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Not too bad. Again, the camera's a little grainy. Yeah. Had one part blow off of the stick on me. I'll have to figure that out. I had that happen last time, actually. So I need to leave those there for just a quick second and let them kind of flash off while the vapor leaves the room. How much paint does one go through? Well, so what is this bottle? I'm using about half of this bottle, but I'm thinning it 1-to-1, and I believe this is the 100 milliliter bottle. So, and I'm hoping it'll be enough to do the next set of parts, which these are the bigger parts, mostly bigger parts. Thus far, I'll have, if this does this next set of parts, and I don't run out of black, then I would have gone through 2 bottles of surfacer on this, which isn't terrible. It is a bigger kit. I mean, it's only a high grade, but it's a larger high grade. Oh, that's how it is. We'll do it like this. There we go. Now you won't fall off of there. Having a really hard time about how to grab this part. Bear with me 1 second, kids. I have to go check on the barking ass poodle in the living room. I don't know if you guys can hear her. She's angry about something. I will return momentarily. I promise. And we'll commence to more painting. And then I think there's a few third-party kits that I've seen and a couple other Bandai releases coming out that I kind of want to take a look at tonight. Hopefully I'll have time to get to that. If not, I may jump into some games at some point after the painting. We'll see how time goes. It's 10:01, so we're not doing too terrible. I'm pretty sure I could get this next round painted. The paint's already mixed, so I'm just going to push through it. I'm going to push through at least getting this painted. Although there is a part of me that thinks I should pause after I run out of paint in the airbrush. But we'll see how it goes. I don't think it'll actually take that long, being as that I got it all ready mixed. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back, I promise. Okay, I came back. I don't know why my avatar is way over there. It just is. We are standing in a weird position. I'm looking at a corner of the room I shouldn't be looking at, and I don't know why. Let me sit in the chair. That'll help. There we go. That's better. So, yeah, quick little breaky break here. How much one paint does one go through? So far, Pinner, by the time I get done with this tonight, there will be about 150 milliliters of primer on all these parts, roughly. I think. Oh, the pole. I haven't looked at the pole in a minute. I forgot I even made a pole. Yes, it will add that extra smooth. That's what I was really hoping nobody would tell me that it was just overkill. I had to ask though. I don't know if anybody else does 2 coats of Surfacer. Anyway, well that's good. And well, 75% of us just want to dance. Me too. Although I'm a terrible dancer. I really don't have the best of rhythms. You know? I just don't. So, I hope the jams are going okay. I was actually listening to, as I said, OK Computer as I was painting. I stopped at Karma Police at the very end there. So the next thing we have is the little robot, fitter, healthier, happier, more productive, like a cat in a room on antibiotics. It's really a great album. I don't know if anybody's ever been a fan of Radiohead or not, but everything up to Rainbows I'm very, very fond of. And Rainbows isn't a bad album. Just haven't listened to it as much, I guess. But alas, let's get back to painting. I think these have probably flashed off enough. I can move them to the desk and put the next flight in there. They did come out pretty nice. I mean, really. They really, really did. I bet you this won't focus on this. It'll just focus on the booth. Oh, no, it did. I think it's a little hard to see, but they have that smooth that I'm after. Funny thing is when I painted the spoons, I realized that with the candy colors, even if you get the clear coat super smooth, if you have any texture in your metal coat, it shows up underneath the clear coat. Looks great at a distance, but when you look at it close up, my avatar is not this tired. It's just that the camera bar for the camera being pointed at the booth is kind of blocking the avatar camera. So I'm really not this sleepy looking. I swear it. I'm actually having a lot of fun. I love painting. This is kind of my happy place. There's just a zone that you get in. It's I don't know how to describe it. Anyway. We'll get the mask back on here. Oh, hey, I should just see if I can smack it all over everything on my way to doing that. Let me shrink the pole.
All right, can you guys hear me? Is the booth horrible? Is it better when I mute the mic? Or does when the air compressor kick on, it just sound terrible? Yeah, what are your people doing? Sorry, I had to do it. All right, ready to go. And I think I'm going to start with the big parts. Tell over here. All right, Avatar's going bye-bye. Oh. I'm not surprised. Like there's gonna be some power to it. Not too bad. Alright, a little farther away this time. That means I can control that. That was it. Ah. See the last of my paint. I have a lot of parts left. See if I can get any out of this. I don't know if I will or not. Just a little bit. Give this a little shaking. Yes, I'm wearing Gundam pajamas. Give me 1 second. Let me get this airbrush cleaned up, and I'll come hang out. For at least a little bit. So when I do this, I start with thinner. I basically get as much out of the pot as I possibly can. Point, I'll usually give it a quick wipe down around the rim, but there's always just a little bit of the paintbrush when you get to it. That'll kind of make it to where this last time that I spray it, that's really it. And usually you should be wearing gloves when you do this. Just saying. Then, where did I do with the lid? Oh. Here's my lid. This is also my for that. Next, get a little bit of airbrush cleaner. And that'll let sit for a second while I work on the lid. I especially make sure I do this with primers and clear coats. Color coats, I'm not as picky about. Metal coats, I'm pretty picky about because they always do some strength behind. But definitely clear coats, primers, and metal coatings. I like make sure I clean up pretty good every single time. In my micro brush, I'll actually run that. I'll clean it like you see, and then if I'm spraying any primer or clear coats with it, I will completely I'll take it apart and put it in my ultrasonic cleaner. Normally I wouldn't have dumped that much out, but I could see the crud in it. That little backflush I really didn't need to do right there actually, like, sent quite a bit of crap out of the brush, so there's no sense in keeping it in. Get this last little bit. Get this side a little better wiped down. One last little shot of cleaner.
All right, kids. Well, that's how we airbrush. I think. I'm no pro. This is a hobby. I am not a professional airbrusher by any stretch, obviously. If I was, I wouldn't have ran out of paint. But I ran out of paint, so I got about... Get rid of all these extra pippets here. We don't need any of this stuff. This was my test spoon. It actually came out pretty nice. But I'll get rid of that too. Throw all that stuff in the trash. Don't need this. That bottle I may keep. Let the paint dry out in it. Oh, that's most excellent. I have somehow spilt paint everywhere. It's a good thing my floor is gray and black. It just kind of blends in. I just created more ingrain. Anyway, I was able to get this far on this one. And these actually came out much nicer. The head's kind of a big deal to me. And that actually feels real nice. And I might still give them a real light wet sanding. This one I'm going to have to, because he fell over and hit the freaking... It's got dust in it. But yeah, for the most part, I'm pretty pleased with that. That came out pretty dang smooth. I probably actually will give it a real light wet sanding. But that's those. And these. Where I scribed turned out really nice. There's a couple places now that it's dried where I can see I'm going to have a little battle damage. And one of these guys is going to have to be completely wet sanded because it went flying off the runner. I think Haro's head came out nice and smooth for the most part. So, you know, after this is actually going to be... I'll wet sand all this stuff, and then I'm going to spray it with a black gloss coat. And then a metal coat. Well, a couple different metal coats, actually. Let me fix this avatar. Why does it do this? But, yeah. On that note, I wasn't expecting this to go to 11:17 at night. Apparently it did. I want to say thank you to Pinner and Wolfpack for stopping in and saying hi. Anybody else that may have and didn't say anything in the chat? Where's our poll? Oh, we got a not sure and nothing to lose on that. Yeah, me neither. I mean, that's kind of what I figure. The worst I'm doing is putting too much paint on it. At the end of the day, I hope it'll do pretty good. I mean, the gray primer, the gray surfacer wasn't on nearly as thick as I thought when I started wet sanding some of those parts. So, I mean, the reality of it is I mean, I think I'm putting these coats on nice and thin. And I hope by matter of layers, by the time I get to the candy, it's going to look fabulous. We'll see how it goes. I guess I can end the poll. 20% of us want to dance, don't we all? On that note, kids, I was thinking we'd take a look at some third-party stuff. Earlier, I actually was looking at something new type is now peddling when I just happened to click on their site in an effort to see if this magic window thing works, and I'll go ahead and just pull this up for you guys. Oh, and wouldn't you know it, now you just don't want to work. high is that? I don't know. I'll figure it out later. I'm tired, kids. I think I'm gonna go to sleep now. I do have to work tomorrow. It's side work, it's not the regular gig, so we'll see how it goes. I'd love to turn that booth off in the background so you guys didn't hear it as I say goodbye, but alas, I need to leave it on or it's getting a little fumy. Anyway, again, thank you for stopping in, everybody. If you're new to the channel and you actually did hang out to watch this, I guess you could call it a live stream, please think about subscribing. I'll be doing lots more of this stuff. Be building some other kits in the future. Got Voltron coming up here. And a whole plethora of Gundam model kits. On that note, I think I'm sleepy, and I think the fumes might be getting to me. So I will see you guys later. I'm going to get out of this room, go get some fresh air. Thanks again, everybody, for stopping in. I really appreciate it. I love all